Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Back to Warcraft. This is the Hello 1.35 Invitational. We started with 8 players yesterday, we're down to 4. That means we have 2 semifinals and the grand final. The remaining players are Foggy, Krav, Starbuck and Dice. And the remaining casters are Neo and Remo. Hello!
Hello folks, how you guys doing? I hope you're having a blessed day here on the day of the Lord, the end of the week, the end of the Invitational. We have 3 more matches today in one of the first 1.35 tournaments. We got 4 players left and 1 big prize to claim. Lots of the European elite still part of it, and that is not even all for today.
That is true. Later tonight, we got ESL Meisterschaft relegation, the final day. Before we start into the games, Mr. Remo Demo Man, as you are the master of ceremonies, the organizer of this tournament, did we make sure that all the players read the patch notes properly?
I didn't send out a survey. Should I send out a survey real quick and get the info? Can we trust these players though? Would they be truthful? Who of the 4 players would be the most likely to lie to us? If X-Lord was in the running, I know who I would choose there, but 100%. Here among these, it's harder to tell.
I got good news though, Remo Demo, when it comes to X-Lord. Because today, as every Sunday, Stokas sent out a tweet with the new ELO. Every week, you know, it's getting updated. He lets us know. And I can tell you, Mr. Demo Man, that you, myself, and the X-Lord have the same amount of ELO points. That means we can have a discussion now about balance, or we are all not allowed to talk balance. We are on the same level with the Lord.
Wait, that means he didn't play any game for 3 months, right?
Yep.
Oh.
He's a lazy... He's very, very busy whining in Twitch chat.
Yeah, and let me tell you, not just in Twitch chat, oh boy. Yeah, X-Lord, been active for a while. That's going to change soon, of course, with Meisterschaft resuming. But yeah, interesting. Was Raraland the last then, I guess?
Yeah, he's so lazy. Unbelievable. Or was Meisterschaft final was after Raraland, wasn't it?
That was Meisterschaft.
Yeah,
it was after. Yeah.
See?
Right? Wait, fucking was it?
No swearing. €1 in the swear jar.
I got Holy Energy 3 in me, still in me, Nia, so don't worry.
Holy Energy, our partner from Berlin. Go check it out. holy.backtowarcraft.com.
All right, and I think we got the boys almost ready. Krav versus Foggy, our first game of the day. These two have had sick encounters in the past, in DreamHack days. Foggy very much a very well practiced player, someone who goes deliberately and meticulously through his preparation, through his notes, and tries to optimize everything, whereas Krav is the very opposite. He plays a good bunch, but he's really a lot by feel. He improvises. He drags the game into a weird direction. He likes to thrive in the chaos. And for that reason and many others, seeing these two duke it out is always a treat.
I'm all for chaos, my man. It is a classic also in the team department of Warcraft 3. Foggy representing Raptor Gaming. Krav, of course, one of the pillars of the Playing Ducks, alongside Starbuck. The Ducks showing up big here today. Here he is. We haven't seen him in a while. There were some changes in his private life with the second child, new home, new job. Everything was changing, but now he's back, and yesterday against Tiesiog, that looked rather good.
Yeah, absolutely. We saw some fun play by Krav once again, and I wonder what he's going to have in store here. Undeads didn't get too many buffs in the most recent patch, but still, it is uncharted waters. Everything is shaken up again, and this is normally an environment where Krav always used to do really, really well.
These guys met at DreamHack 2021. There it was a 2-0 for Foggy, and then they met in Clan Wars. One time Krav was successful, the other time Foggy was successful. Who's gonna take the first win in the series on patch 1.35 between the two? That's our question. The first best of 3. Afterwards, we got Dice and Starbuck to determine the grand finalists. Away we go!
The maps for us, by the way, Concealed Hill, which we've been seeing a lot of, Autumn Leaves, and Springtime. And a ghoul pull at the start. Here we go. Krav wants to be a nuisance right away. And if we look at the build in the main base, by the way, it's a crypt into Ziggurat. Extremely rarely played. And normally indicates a Dreadlord. Normally you don't play this with a ghoul build, so who knows what... This could be a Tavern Hero, actually. If he's trying to get really wild.
What the hell, Krav? This is spectacular. And the ghoul pull seems to be working. That Wisp gets ensnared right off the bat. Oh, nice pull by Foggy. The Berserker is not part of this anymore. Re-aggro. Need to attack this Ancient. Now it's finished.
Can't attack. Can't attack. Can't attack. I mean, he is supposed to not attack, to not redraw the aggro. You see the Ancient was trying to attack. Ooh, saves the AOW. Comes at a price, though.
Everything comes as a price, says the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase, as you, of course, know. This is an odd undead base, Remo. Second Necropolis, because the ghoul was, of course, used. You don't want to use the lumber for the second Zig. And DK ghouls. Let's go.
Yeah, lumber's gonna be extremely low here for Krav, of course, since he used the ghoul right away. And I'd say Foggy definitely comes out on top here. As long as the Ancient of War doesn't fall and won't fall to any DK pressure, then I should have the upper hand, especially considering that the DK, the Keeper came out perfectly in time, I think, or maybe just a couple of seconds late. Picked up the first item as well. Claws is always wonderful to have. Ancient of War will be healing up thanks to cannibalism. And Foggy has weathered the first storm and is looking to be in a very strong spot now.
Name des Spiels, thank you for the 37-month resub. B2W Heart, right back at ya. Yeah, these coils, man, they have to do some heavy lifting. Foggy smooth sailing into the mid game. Gets a handful of Moon Worlds for some more mana regeneration. Gets the must be canceling the shop, right? Yeah, and it's gone for the 21 supply trick that he's been playing for a long time. Fabi, also 5-month resub. Foggy! We see that infamous Foggy micro. Or will it be Krav with his weirdness? Down goes the Wisp.
Keeper's items are excellent. That's what we call the Infi DLC right here. So much more damage, a good bit of mana as well. But Krav is finding some kills at least. Taking out some Wisps, gonna even out the lumber economy a bit perhaps. Foggy can start the tech though in a moment. Krav has already started his own tech. And it's gonna be far ahead of Foggy, in fact. This could be a gargoyle play, right? Yeah, second crypt. Absolutely, gargs are coming. We've been seeing quite a bit of these rascals here this weekend.
Yeah, Shake was playing them, now Krav is playing them. Both players who rather play outside the box, and for them, Gargs is not the most uncommon strategy, especially here on Concealed. Foggy had probably some practice against that on ladder, and when you're up against Krav, you always have to have gargoyles in the back of your head.
Yeah, specifically on this map against every undead, you have to think of this opportunity, possibility, except for Happy, who never does it. I think I've even seen 1-0 sometimes do it. But yeah, here, especially these ladder warriors like to try that quite a bit. DK Solo Harass really didn't do that much. 50 experience only is not what we would call excellent. And Foggy has a huge level lead. He's about to get level 3 right here, isn't he, from the green camp? Or at least get very close. And then whether he goes Treants for creeping or Entangle for to go for kills, both would be very strong. And yeah, Foggy's position is getting better and better.
Exactly. Yeah, this is a good game for him so far. By the way, in case you want to hear or dip into the mind of Foggy for a little bit, he had a video up on Todd's channel where both of them discussed the Night Elf matchups and how to play. Wonderfully done. There's a lot of thinking going on in Foggy's head, and now all he got in his head is Entangle and kills because the ghouls are hurt, and there's Entangles ready.
Doesn't have that much mana though, so can't do incredibly much here. Forces the DK back, forces some coils, but he's also got the staff, of course, Foggy's favorite item, with which he's gonna have to get back to the main base. It's gonna take quite a bit of moon juice. He's trying to force 3 coils here out of the DK, and that is successful. But yeah, moon juice now heavily taxed. But this is the first time he's ever dipping into them, so he actually gets perfectly back to full health, full mana. Even can make use of a bit of mana regen. That looks nice.
Lovely.
And is he thinking about a Tavern Hero? It seems like
no, he's pulling.
Still though, if you play Demon, you want this experience, don't you? Ah, okay. Keeper's just running past.
The archers are lazy. Or they're waiting for someone. Hard to say.
Waiting for the demon hunter, I suppose. 25 gold cheaper nowadays. Poggies? No. No, it is the panda. Oh, of course.
He wasn't ready with the
T2. The Gargs for a second. Lol. So, of course, you want to play the panda.
Yeah, no immolation for air units, everybody. Alright, creeping not for the red spot, but rather the laboratory. That is a little bit safer. DK trying to find him. Skeletons harassing wisps. Not much going on. Krav once again under a little bit of pressure, but the skeletons saw this long time ago, so no big hassle here for Krav to defend this.
Yeah, just a perfectly played early game by Foggy so far. The keeper gets off to a good start like he's supposed to. Nice dodge there as well. And then with level 3, he flexes his muscles, shows his strength, and creates space for the second hero creeping. This is just Night Elf by the book. Perfectly played, with perfect items as well. Foggy having a really good showing so far. But here comes a hair in the soup. The tree is getting attacked by the gargoyles, but might not quite be enough for the cancel.
Ooh, I love what I see. It's double Ancient of Wind. I did not expect this, but yeah, there was no Hunter's Hall, obviously. So, is this the first time we see Crow form versus Undead?
I hope not. Gargs destroy talents, so that would not be good.
What do you know? The meta still has to settle.
No.
People have to figure this out.
One of them does 25 damage, the other does 65 damage.
Yeah, but the one has range and the other doesn't.
Yeah. The new talents might be really good against destroyers, but not against Gargs. Especially if the Ancients of Wind get cancelled. One is cancelled. Dude, if the second one falls as well, uh-oh. Foggy could be in trouble with this, but okay. This AOW finishes. This game is coming down a lot to seconds. Imagine if the tree had fallen. Imagine if this AOW had also fallen. But Foggy gets away with 2 black eyes here.
He can go to emo night with that.
Would you love to see Foggy in a checkered flannel shirt with that haircut as well, comb to the side? A little bit of kayal.
Exactly. I'd go with him for sure. Here comes the harass. DK is ready. Once again, a coil. Is he willing, or is he getting that on the Overseer? He should be in range, right? Boom! From downtown, baby.
Now the Gargs converge, flying onto all of the archers, but of course, piercing damage does pretty well against them. Unlike against the archers, so finds no kills so far. The Lich definitely lacking. If you want to commit hard to an attack here, creepjack like this, the Lich Nova is necessary, but the Lich is still not out. Has been delayed for quite some time.
So was the DK. And we got another sub. Thank you, Wickerman7 for the 15 month.
Yeah, yesterday we saw Dice playing against this Gargoyle style pretty well, but he had one issue. He could never set up an expansion. Foggy, of course, much more so a macro and expansion-focused player, and he knew that one of the most important things against Gargoyles, if you can, is setting up the expansion. And normally, when you play Gargoyles, you try to rush them out with a fast tech, and your ghoul count is kind of low. And when the ghoul count is kind of low, it's hard to cancel those expansions when they're coming up, especially when the keeper has such a strong game like we saw here by Foggy in the early. So once again, I want to repeat myself because I think it bears repeating. Foggy's just played this super well and is a strong position. He's got the expansion now. Now he can pump out mass units. The levels are looking good. Could even retrain if he wants to get fancy on the keeper for aura. The next step on the menu is stop the undead counter expansion. And then he should be looking really good.
Wow, I thought you'd be going for a solo cast there. There was a solid 3-minute monologue, but we haven't heard from you for so long. That's totally fine. I was about to make the same point. You might not like my idea with the talents and your negative Narbu in that regard, but Thorn's aura has been buffed in this patch as well. Lich has less mana, so Hippos versus Gargs should be a lot better.
Yeah. The Lich nerf only really becomes relevant on level 4, but
boop.
That is something to keep an eye out for on level in the late game. One Hippo here does get sniped. Yeah, the Thorn's aura are very interesting. Thorn's aura was the worst aura by far in the game, with some niche opportunities for potency, especially Night Elf Mirror, but mostly it was trash. And it was ultra mega giga buffed. 50% buff is crazy, almost as crazy as a 33% nerf. But are we gonna see it? I would like that.
Okay, soon. He's only level 3, needs a lot of experience to get there, but red spots are still up. Easy to creep as well. Lich underleveled. Keeper to a degree underleveled. Also no level 2 aura yet. And no Slaughterhouse. The classic Krav that drove Remo into raging moments during DreamHack. He doesn't need it. Not worth it anymore. Just as much worth as the Boots of Kel'Thuzad on a DK.
Yeah, not the best find here for some attack speed on the Lich. It could be decent. Krav still has an opportunity to win this game. He's got the ghouls coming in now, and the idea here is the ghouls clean up all the archers on the ground quickly. You use heal scrolls to keep them alive, and then you try to use your heroes to win the late game. And Foggy, I think very smartly, is trying to force a fight perhaps early before Krav can get to the shop for the heal scroll. Heal scroll here makes a huge, huge difference. And Foggy smartly is trying to not allow his opponent to get it.
Krav can fall
God.
into the base. That Breath of Fire was nice. Invo Potion also nice. Stone Form used. Muddy Falls. But with an Entangle and no Dispel, how can Krav get out of this situation? He has no TP.
The air battle, they're eyeing it up. Drunken Haze once again. No Stone Form ready anymore. The Nova slows everything down, but here comes the Breath of Fire. Huge damage. And Foggy was the one with the heal scroll. Always hard to tell what's going on in the air. Fight is mostly A-click. The Gargs seem to be winning this one. But Krav disengages. Doesn't want to take this fight anymore. Lich did survive, just barely. DK finding more kills. Archers hiding now in Shadow Meld. Foggy lost quite a few units there. Krav as well, though. And of course, Foggy is the one who can reproduce much more easily.
Damn. Explosive. Simon B 1109, thank you for the 20-month resub. Sundays are for watching Warcraft 3 tournaments. Abso-freaking-lutely. Some people watch football instead. Can you imagine, Remo? Football.
Footy! Football! Oh, Panda shows up again to harass. Great, the bold little fella here without the rest of the army around.
Which is quite hurt. Panda as well, down to 50. Hippos can't attack ground, of course.
Tango? Just kill him. Just kill him.
He's gracious. There's a coil.
One more coin is there. By the way, these Gargs do 75. No, wait. Now it's even 3 attack upgrades.
Yep.
This is 82 average damage. Thorn's Aura, 30%, would be around 26 damage return. Right? That's pretty crazy.
That's, okay. I mean, you can go Dreadlord for Vamp Aura to reduce the effect.
Kind of. I mean, yeah, you can. But it's always weird if you don't only have one hero, for an Aura bot.
You can carry items too. And later you get Swarm.
Yeah, Sleep probably better though. Sleep against Panda actually very good. That's how Happy showed how he can win these Garg fights pretty convincingly in the late game against Elf. Even if there's Dryads sometimes. In this game we have no Dryads, so Dreadlord here would actually be super good. But the issue is we don't have that many creeps left anymore on the map.
Ah, you can take out, you can level up on the Night Elf army. I'm pretty sure about that. Foggy, aware of this, trying to take away the natural. And this time the Null Overseer should be falling to him. As Krav is moving to the right-hand side, maybe approaching the red spot.
It's a big item here. Crystal Ball reveal, sees where Krav is. Good game sense by Foggy. He picks up the level 4 Panda here as well. Should be Drunken Haze, I suppose. Oh! Didn't quite get it, but he's almost there. He's also in a position to attack the main, whereas Krav finds the big item, big money, Khadga's Pipe. Hallelujah.
Let's go! Alright, interesting situation. Krav decides to expand at one of the worst timings possible. Foggy has a good supply lead, he got good heroes, he got good inventory. And Krav is getting raided in his base. That's the level 4. Still waiting for it on the Keeper of the Grove. And the TP out. Good damage done.
Yeah, good play by Foggy. Buying more time for the expansion to mine. He knew Krav was vulnerable there in the main base. Takes out the economy, of which Krav doesn't have too much. And perhaps most importantly, bought time for more upgrades. At least he got one upgrade so far, because that's a big concern. If you're so far behind in upgrades, The big supply leak doesn't have to mean much, especially considering that these are still undead heroes.
So we shouldn't look at the supply?
Look at the supply, but with some nuance.
On the internet? Nuance and reasonability? Come on, Remo. You're a little dreamer, aren't ya? Thank you, DD3 for the 27-month resub and Liney as well for your prime.
I want to see the big air battle. Nova, of course, pretty good against air units.
You can cast that then. Have fun.
Alright, in we go. Scrolls are a big deal here. AoE spells are a big deal. Panda comes in. Drunken Haze instantly with the stone form. Breath of Fire is ready though. Hits a good amount of them. And it's still a pretty even distribution. But now the Gargs are taking over. Absolutely annihilating the Hippogriffs, which weren't upgraded enough. And that may have done it already. Or did it? Lich now 4.5. DK 5.5. If both these heroes level up one more time, Foggy might be losing the first map. It looked good for him for a long while. But these Gargs just smacked him.
The Breath of Fire didn't hit in the later stages here. Lich is in a little bit of trouble, but can collect the coil and of course move to the side. And the Gargs also take a little bath at the fountain, and damn, they're all healthy again. Wonderful execution by Krav here. Foggy not going for the Thorns Aura, which I think is just a little muscle memory, maybe? Because Thorns would be so good. He is not switching out of Hippos, so you can make an argument, of course, if you go for something else that isn't affected by Thorns. Yeah, then it makes no sense. But here, it would have been so good.
Yeah, I agree. I think the bigger issue, though, is the lack of upgrades, but also Thorns would have helped tremendously. Question is, did he have enough money for everything? It's not 100% clear. Maybe he was banking on the Panda. If the Panda gets level 5, he can still win this game. But lacking level 5, I think this is impossible.
Yeah, a Lich is super close to 5, just inches away. Breath of Fire is okay on level 2, but no damage over time, no Drunken Haze. Lots and lots of Treants. Okay, you got that going for you in the absence of Destroyers. But man, he's just coiling away. But Expo's still standing.
The Catgust Pipe, of course, is also amazing. Ooh, Keeper almost goes down. Has to transfer the staff. Foggy needs to pull off these moves quick. And the Moon Juice is looking bone dry. Moonstones needed and heal pots as well. Desperately, Foggy doesn't go for the Moonstone. It's definitely an oversight. Mine goes down, Wisps go down, Lich level 5, and still has plenty of mana to work with.
Krav's Expo in the middle was cancelled, by the way. He toyed around with that idea for a bit, but Foggy was ready. Drunken Haze again. We need to follow up. No damage at the moment, just a mischance. Trying to connect. Beautiful dodge. Perfect dodge with the stone form. Krav just seemingly better with Gargs versus Hippos, as he's probably more used to that as well. Keeper out of the fight, level 6. That Breath of Fire was nice, but Krav, can you clean this up? He should be able to. Panda, the carry, is dead as well, and now nothing else matters. Wow. GG! Krav taking map number 1.
Damn. That was such a clean early game by Foggy. His game plan until like 10 minutes worked out so well, like it does so often. And I was getting fooled. I thought he had this game. Everything seemed to go according to plan. But we didn't consider one thing, Neil. Hippos are ass against Nova. That is why almost always when you play against Gargs, you want to go Dryads. Foggy perhaps a little bit stubborn, staying with his mass air. Which I think you, even with the weaker Lich nowadays, somewhat weaker, yeah, I think you just gotta go Dryads, just straight up.
Okay, okay, that was the end of the sentence. I thought you would continue. Yeah, maybe with Thorns Aura that is different though. We don't really know about that yet. Well, we don't know. I'm just asking questions, Remo. I'm just asking questions, okay? Don't grill me immediately. I think Foggy can certainly play this better. Also, is that the only map where Krav can play Gargs? Or where Undead play Gargs? I think Krav can play Gargs everywhere. And that forces Foggy out of his comfort zone, I think. That's a smart play by Krav.
Yeah, the issue with Thorns Aura, I think, is you already have sort of an answer to it with that strategy ready. Thorns Aura, for the most part, if you do A-click wars, which is what it usually looks like, it's more AoE damage on everything at the same time, which means you can kind of counter it with heal scrolls. And normally there's already more heal scrolls. So I am very hesitant to see Thorns as the answers here. I think it's got to be Dryads. Strong Panda and Dryads and upgrades.
Okay. Krav needs 5 minutes. I'm pretty sure I know what he's up to now. Very, very good. That gives us a little time to plug the War 3 Champions Season 13 Finals. That's what we gather the funds for here in the middle of the screen. And as always, you guys have the chance to boost that prize pool via Matcherino, !W3C finals.backtowarcraft.com. You can, as always, get profile pictures only until the end of the tournament, and then they will never be available ever again. We switched up the system, no play-ins anymore, because that's what you wanted. We got a full round of 16, single elimination, all best of 5, plus the grand final being a best of 7. $118 already, the profile pictures. We got a Mountain King, a Keeper, a Farseer, and a Lich, looking damn fine. Go grab them while they're available.
Hell yeah. Gonna be exciting once again. Next week we continue with the new patch. Dude, I'm so excited for all the top pros as well to start, checking out the new patch. I've been spam refreshing the calendar on War 3 Champions to see when the next Yule Cup or anything is gonna be. But the Chinese haven't announced anything yet, which is a bit sad. But I'm sure there's gonna be a new cup coming soon.
It's
Luna.
Luna.
Thorn Zora already, and there's many more things yet to be discovered.
It's Lunar New Year, so let them have some rest. They finished TP League, that was stressful, so it's time to slow down a little bit. They worked throughout our Christmas, so they take the break now.
Yeah, fair enough. What about the Koreans, though? Do they have Lunar New Year in Korea?
Yep.
All right. They shall be excused then. But yeah, can't wait for players like Moon and Lolite to get their hands on the patch, because there's going to be some wild stuff being played. Not everything's going to work out, but some of it is going to make it into the meta and it's going to change things up. And I'm excited to see what that is. Especially for Night Elf, I feel like so much has changed. Like from Bears to Talons to Keeper, Demon, even Mountain Giants, which kind of seemed like trash now, but I mean, who knows?
Imballation. I saw Lawlight creeping already with Immolation. It's a beauty. It's an absolute beauty of Warcraft 3 gameplay.
Yeah.
Speaking of... yeah, go ahead. You want to talk about
Knights were always the ones who were trying to be aggressive and slow down the opponents for creeping. With a Demon Hunter, that is. But now it may have to be turned around to make it harder to be efficient with Immolation. So always interesting. But yeah. What were you saying, honey?
I thought we have a little bit of time, so I wanted to ask you if you saw that video. The Chinese, they always have the animals, right, for the year. Last year, 2022, was the year of the tiger, and this year is the year of the rabbit. So they had a little ceremony of sorts where they placed the two animals right next to each other as some sort of passing the torch kind of moment. Understand? Mm-hmm. And then on the one side is a tiger, and on the other side is a rabbit. What would you think?
Wait, actual animals?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Actual animals. What could possibly happen if you put a tiger next to a rabbit at a big ceremony? Of course, the tiger attacked the rabbit, and they had to pull them apart, like if it's a UFC press conference or something. It was glorious. it was glorious.
Staged Chinese events, always wonderful. I would think, though, doesn't the rabbit have like ultra quick reactions? Isn't he gonna bounce away?
They sat next to each other.
How close?
As close as you and I are right now on the screen. I don't know, like 10 centimeters or something. 5.
Oh yeah, that's pretty close.
Yeah. All right.
I mean, rabbit is delicious.
So is tiger.
True. Especially tiger teeth ground into dust. It's an aphrodisiac, Neo. You should try it out.
No, we shouldn't. We should only be vegan, for example, with Huel plant-based nutrition. Go check it out. Huel.backtowarcraft.com. If you're too lazy to cook, if you want a tasty little shake to step up your nutrition, go grab it. I love it. It's my breakfast every single day. And every single day, we're here casting Warcraft, and we continue with in-game content with Foggy, who's facing elimination.
Coincidentally, I also had some Yule earlier, the good old banana. Very good. I have to push back against this anti-meat eating propaganda, though. If they had meat products, it would be even better, Neo. Can you imagine? Oh my goodness. Wait, the what's it called? Savory stuff that they have? I've received a package. I haven't tried it yet. Is that also all vegan?
What is savory?
It's called, like, it's not this shake kind of stuff, but it's called hot and savory, and it's like...
Ah, the mac and cheese!
Kind of pre-made meals.
Yeah, it's all vegan.
Didn't try that one yet, but I'm excited to.
That's my afternoon snack.
Would be funny if from now on you just only eat Yule every day.
Yes, of course. That's what I do.
Breakfast, lunch.
Well,
dinner,
I do have a little holy iced tea in between, but for food, Yule only. Thank you, Thor 0403 for the tier 1 sub.
And that's why you're so healthy.
Exactly. And thank you, Chilla, for the 3-month resub. Off we go. What do we got this time? No ghoul pull this time.
And the keeper again. Still no demon hunter. Where is the love for the flames? Where's Guy Fieri?
Guy Fieri? I don't know who
Isn't that the guy who, like, isn't he like a chef or something? Who always wears these fiery shirts? The guy with the crazy hair, sunglasses, chubby, flaming shirts?
I have no idea.
You've never heard of this guy?
No.
He's like an internet legend.
Maybe if I see... I'm bad with names. Ooh. There's a skull in Krav's inventory. And no TP. That... I might not know this Guy Fieri dude, but I know that this is an indicator for fast expansion.
Yeah, I think Foggy might just be fine with that. He's continuing to creep super aggressively. Nice pull with the treants. You can creep this camp fairly easy. The pull didn't work perfectly. He's getting partly slowed, but it should work out well enough. The treants will do the job. And yeah, if he can set up a counter expansion right away, I guess he's more than happy to give Krav that expo. But if Krav is expanding, he's taking a sweet time with it.
That is correct. Wants to be safe, wants to get to level 2 online. Lots and lots of ghouls. You don't need that many ghouls for this camp. Not even I do.
Oh, Crystal Ball revealed the perfect time. But there's no Acolyte scene yet. Oh, now there is! If Foggy was looking, so that's a clear tell. He knows with an expansion. Could creep level 3 here, go level 2 at Treants, and then still try to cancel the expansion and perhaps expand himself whilst doing it.
Yeah, that wouldn't be too far off. You can still cause a lot of trouble.
Treant micro. Oh, they were all super red there for a moment.
Oh,
nice.
They all expired when I was looking. I think I killed them. Okay, Krav for S. That worked.
Yeah, with your sexy stare.
Exactly. You know
That's what
it.
Neo's known for.
Boom. Shakalaka.
Oh, Keeper. Staff. Oh, Foggy staff play is just so beautiful. Wait, he didn't even heal up from the Moonwells. He's just going level 2 Treants. And canceling those Ziggus.
It's about to finish. At least one. And if Foggy wanted to counter expand, there's no chance right now because that is still a lot of ghouls just straight up into the base. And as you said yesterday already, I was listening, sometimes aggression is the best defense.
And Foggy felt so threatened here, he actually TP'd back, didn't want to have to defend and run all the way back with the Keeper. Good scout though. Scuddy sees the Tree of Life bottom right away. This is a make or break moment here in this game. If one of the players cannot set up the expansion while the other can, it's almost checkmate. So either you have to be able to counter expand, or you have to kill the expansion for the opponent.
But there is no expansion. That plan was cancelled. He is going tier 2 now. And with that, we have a similar setup to what we've seen on map 1. As Krav is pretty likely going for Gargs again. So far, we don't see the second crypt, though.
Oh, Foggy going for a Tree of Life in the main. That is very conservative. Krav trying again with the Haunted, but the Panda is here. The Treants are ready. If he lands the Surrounder, the Keeper could die. No, he's got the Staff. Needs to pull it fast. Coil is ready. Use it on the Ghoul, though. Keeper gets away, and the Treants are doing such a good job. We've seen that many times, how the level 2 Treants are so good at dealing with the undead expansions.
Yeah, they were not nerfed, of course. They're still as strong as ever. Panda is doing some heavy lifting, gets some experience, killed the Ghoul. And this Narrow will also fall, and that means Krav is supply blocked.
I'm kind of surprised that DK is playing so passive. He could kill off some archers here super easy. Krav also forgot about buying the new rod. That's a clear mistake. You always want to have more rods to summon the Skellies. Skellies are very good. And I can understand that he's keeping the Ghouls in the back. They can be going down pretty easy against Keeper, Panda, Archer, Focus Fire and stuff. But at least the DK should have been looking for revenge kills at the very least. Krav is expecting expansion down here, but there was nothing here, so he wasted his time. This is the next flaw. He didn't scout this ahead of time, again, because of no Skellies. And his lack of Rod of Necromancy, it's really hurting him here.
Yeah, we've seen this yesterday already. By Shake, what's up with the guys not going for the rods? Krav is trying to go for that Whisper Wrath that we've seen earlier, maybe even for some cancels, but since the Keeper is home, I think there's very limited potential to be successful here. But on the other side, Foggy needs to invest some time to move that tree over.
Wait.
He's still chilling in the base.
He's blocked. He's Tree of Life surrounded.
He has his staff though, but there's Entangle.
Yeah, exactly. I think he's dead.
Bop.
Oh, he thought he could go in there and the staff would always get him out, but nuh-uh. Good heads up play by Foggy. Cancels the staff. That is the kill, and that is normally game.
Yeah, you didn't expect that, huh? No one did, I guess. Oof, that's a little problematic, but you know, you always got Coil Nova, that you can always come back into games, but Foggy is playing a very good game too.
And the DK is blocked behind the Lich, and the Ghouls are pushed away from the tavern. Oh, that's not a good look. And it's not a good feeling either. They're gonna be over at the expansion in a moment, and we don't have Gargs this time. I agree, the Gargs look really good, but no Gargoyles here.
And that means that the Hippos are useless to a degree, but they can of course always pick up archers, and then they can do damage. Very little damage, but at least they are not completely useless. Foggy now playing his tier 2 advantage and is creeping the middle, while the Expo is entangling as well in the middle. Yeah, this is rough for Krav.
And Krav needs to get a lot of kills right here. Like, ideally all the archers. And you got one. But also loses 2 Ghouls for it. That is not a super efficient trade. And more going down. Oh, it's not good. It's looking like a game 3, boys.
Finally! We had an entire day 1 of clean 2-0s. We want more Warcraft, and that is another Ghoul down. That's a B2W yikes, if you ask me.
Yeah, that's a 24 supply undead.
Well...
Yeah. Well, the writing is on the wall. And the writing says, springtime. Because that will be map 3.
Ooh, game indeed. Foggy closes the second map out. Krav, a little less concentrated than on map 1, I'd say. But still, all the chances in the world to advance to the grand final, because that's up for grabs now. Whoever wins the next map is in the best of 5 against either Starbuck or Dice.
Yeah, very different game indeed. I think his best bet would just be going Gargs always. I think his best hope is that Foggy somewhat stubbornly goes Hippogriffs again. We saw how good the Gargs can be if the hero levels are there in the end. And yeah, the fast expansion I think is an unnecessary risk. Foggy is so good with his creep routes, so good with expansion timings, so good with his level 3 harass. that I think one base play might be the better way to go for Krav.
Listening to you, I got a feeling that Foggy is a pretty good gamer. He has to show it once again here now. Back-to-back wins. Is that what we get? Or will Krav win game 3? Ducks versus Raptor. Could be the 1-0 for the Ducks here now. Springtime, a map where the expansion in the middle is without any creeps, except on the outdated Battle.net ladder, where they're still around the gold mine. But anyway, game 2 is done. So we go over to game 3. Right here, decision time.
And it's a ghoul pull again. This is how map 1 started. This could be a carbon copy. Krav would love to see that. The ghoul, by the way, a little later than ideally it could be. As you can see, Krav returned 2 lumber, so he sent the ghoul to the lumber first before sending it across. Are those 5 seconds going to matter?
The creeps also not as strong as they were on Concealed. The Mammoth also lazy. The Trapper also lazy. It's only the little Spearman. Now he calls his boys.
But the Wisps are here to try to pull the aggro away.
Why could Wisps ever aggro something? They can't even attack.
Yeah, you know, some people like to be most violent against those who are defenseless. And those are not very chill dudes.
Ooh, that ghoul is getting ensnared too. Keeper only at 50%, and DK is again pretty late. There's repair. There's archers now. This engine over. These ghoul pulls, man, not working out too well for Krav.
Yeah, very good defense by Foggy. I feel like he played this about as well as you can. But like I said, that ghoul could have been here a few seconds earlier. I wonder if that would have made the difference in the end. I guess if it had been closer, Foggy would have just pulled more wisps. I think it should have been fine. But what this certainly delays immensely is the second Moonwell.
That's true. Very little lumber now because of all the repair and all the pulled wisps. Keeper can start creeping now. Ring of Protection, not what he was looking for. Second Necropolis once again. Chat, this provides supply and it doesn't cost lumber. That's why you go for the Necropolis. Little more expensive in gold, but that's about it. We'll never have to stop explaining this, right? Like, we tried to explain this since, or in the past, like for 10 years. But there's always new people coming in, watching this beautiful game. And now, Krav, your DK. The coils need to find some targets, mate.
But look at the tech advantage. Krav already on the way to tier 2, and if he hunts down some more wisps, the lumber's looking rough. And the cool thing is, just the DK's presence forces the wisps to move, and this is inactive, or indirect rather, indirect lumber damage. That's pretty cool. This is going to be a huge tech lead for Krav.
Huge indeed, and we go back to Gargoyles. Go back to your winning strategy that won him Concealed. No red drakes on the map. You can creep in 0.5 seconds, but still, you saw how powerful they were, especially in melee combat. I want to see a long game here. I want to see 20-25 minutes with Thorns, with Dreadlord, just to see how it works out.
Ghouls now starting to creep a bit themselves. DK would love to get level 2. With the aura, everything gets easier. Treant sent up north. Can they even creep this camp? Like, with Rejuve, this camp is deceptively hard.
Okay.
Okay, the keeper shows up. Should be good.
Ghouls are creeping at the same time as well. Easy to creep this one, if you pay a little bit of attention. That Mammoth, really not that strong. Claws is, though. DK didn't get too many kills. No wisps, no archers falling. Foggy, good multitasking. Krav, good multitasking. We're getting ready for the mid game.
Sells the TP. Whoa.
After what just happened to him in Foggy's base on Autumn Leaves, that's a bold move.
Yeah, especially also since he refuses to play Destroyers against Entangle. But, alrighty. He likes living on the edge.
In a fire on the Sasquatch, one of the hardest creeps at the moment, but should be able to deal with this with the addition of mercenaries. Oh.
Foggy has no expansion.
Yep.
And no Hunter's Hall.
Yep. That's air again.
Yeah, that's...
You don't like it, eh?
I'm pretty sure hippos just kind of suck against Gargs. With heroes and stuff.
Well, we'll see. Maybe you're right, maybe you're wrong. That's the beauty of Warcraft. You never 100% know.
DK was almost getting trapped in the main again. Not again.
Gargs are coming. 1 base Gargs, that's where it's at. Yesterday we've seen 3 base Gargs, now 1 base Gargs. So versatile, the strategy.
And sees the tree early as well. And knows that he has tons of time still. Keeper gets level 3 here. Foggy oftentimes likes going level 2 Treants, but since he knows Krav will most likely skip Destroyers, level 2 Entangle is also so strong. But he don't care. It is Treant still.
Yeah, it's interesting. Panda it is. Wisp's getting sniped. And the Panda gets greeted by a couple of Garg shots. While the ghouls are moving over to the right-hand side. Is that enough? Ah, DK comes in as well. Okay, all good.
Gonna clear up the natural here. Krav has definitely been known to counter-expand at times. Ooh, that was a close call for the ghoul, but well done. That one survives. While Foggy's clearing out the natural. What's the keeper up to?
Defending in the base against the Garg harass. Classic undead play from like 2006-7. Shout out Hasuops. First attack upgrade is on the way as well as tier 3. I like Krav's position. Only now the wins. Ooh, that's very late, Remo.
It's also not very good, if you ask me. Foggy, no Wisp in the north, surprisingly. Normally always has one around. The DK timing is beautiful. While the Haunted is coming, now the DK shows up, he's going to force a response at the very least. And also, going for some Wisp hunting once more.
That's one. Staff should be off cooldown as well. Even figures out that the Panda is creeping on the left-hand side. Furbolg Tracker also pretty strong. Get a Shredder here. But Garg shouldn't be tough enough to deal with them now.
Once more, since there's no Lich here showing up, the harass isn't that scary. But still the last hit, killed some Wisps, and more to fall.
I mean, he has a Shredder now, but it's not working. This will still take... Wait, he's killing the Shredder, isn't he? That's so big!
Ooh. Oh, that's a painful loss.
Yeah, you can definitely outmaneuver him.
Oh, and since he lost Wisps, he has to make more Wisps. So, just to have decent lumber, he has to make... He bought the Shredder, lost it, and now he has to make Wisps more as well. Even more, since he lost even more. Dude, this is a tough spot for Foggy.
That's a triple whammy.
In the meantime, Krav has an expansion coming.
Yep.
Krav has a huge lead.
Yep.
Right here.
He can just go into the grand final. From basically inactivity into the grand final. Undead still OP confirmed.
If only he had gone Thorns, alright boys. If only.
Not just yet. Come on. That's not what we're talking about. But yeah, he's just toying with Foggy.
Dude, Krav has a shop coming now. What's the minute mark?
8 minutes 45.
That's perhaps the latest undead shop I've ever seen.
Dude,
he saved so much gold. That's how he can afford all this stuff.
Yeah, it's nuts,
oh my god,
man.
that's low-key brilliant. Skip shop. New meta.
Yeah. He's also at 1-1 upgrades already. Lich is a tad late, but it's not uncommon with the DK Ghoul Garg build.
Yeah. Dude, the Gargs, the upgrades, the expansion, the tier 3, everything was so fast. Because he skipped all this gold.
Yep.
This is kind of genius.
Remo approves. Oh man. Foggy, you need a little miracle to come back from this. As more Gargs are streaming in, Krav going for 1-2 this time. Upgrades.
Does Foggy even know about the expo?
I'm not too sure.
It doesn't look like he knows. He's just kind of bumbling around the middle, just creeping up. No intention behind his movement, really. That's not a criticism. Just not say, just saying he's not heading north, which he has to, because the longer this game goes, the more boned he's gonna be.
Whew. Okay then. Krav has all the time in the world to creep, to get auras up, to get items. He's
Level 4 here is so big, he's gonna get a consumable. He should pick up double heal scroll. That's the thing he needs most of all. Heal scrolls.
Oh, is he waiting for the next one? Got a town portal instead.
Sold the one of mana ceiling. Somebody didn't see the patch notes.
Not again. Oh, the tracker! The tracker gets stolen as well, and the panda is in dire straits. Ay, 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 ay.
Interesting, interesting. The cool thing here for Krav is, not only this is they show a fast tech expo build with Gargs because he skipped the shop, also, he played a ghoul pull, which didn't kill the Ancient of War, but it was still a viable strategy because it costs so much lumber for Foggy with the repair, with the wisps away, and also with the DK harass follow-up where the wisps had to keep running. This is just a really well-played strat by Krav. Now, I'm not sure if he's just improvising here on the fly, which is normally his playstyle.
You can never be sure.
Or if this is really premeditated. Because this looks premeditated, but then again, it's Krav.
Krav is a mad genius, man. Can't rule any opportunity out. Double mana potion on the panda, though. Once again, he's got to be the carry. By the way, thank you 10shot for the 17-month resub. Go, back to Warcraft.
Dude, Dreadlord 3rd would be crazy strong here.
Yep.
The economy's there. The game's gonna go long enough. A Dreadlord here would have value.
That lich, though, Remo.
It's not bad.
It's double damage. Zappers.
Double sappers as well.
Foggy tastes his own
He reveals
poison.
he sees no nature's blessing. And move speed aura works on sappers, by the way.
Boom, 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 boom. Oh. Can he kill him? No, he can't. Oh, that's usually a Foggy play. He just kills it off. He can TP if he wants to.
5.
Yep.
This game looks pretty over, boys.
Oh my god. Hunter's Hall is down too. Nature's Blessing only at 50%.
Shouldn't he be TPing? Wouldn't
I
he win
think
this
so too.
fight? 2-2 Gargs against 0-1 Hippos.
Yep. Maybe he doesn't want the Gargs to be all clumped up against the panda.
And maybe he sees it against as a risk. The thing is, Krav doesn't have to fight.
No.
One base is fine for him.
What a bloody Sunday. Now the production buildings are up for grabs. Klötenkröte mit Flöte, thank you for the tier 1 sub and thank you for your contributions to Creepjack as well. Drunken Haze, dodged again.
The one wrinkle here for Krav is he's got a low level Lich. The Nova at the moment, not that good against the Hippos. We saw level 3 Nova being quite crazy earlier, as always. So I think that's probably what led him to not take that fight since the Lich was too low level. But he's going to be level 3 here in just a sec.
There we go. And he still has plus 27. Gets more attack speed now. Foggy, what's the way out? Stemming against the defeat, expanding again, so does Krav. Starbucks says, this strat is like riding a bicycle for Krav. Sometimes he rides it back wheel only as well. I'd love to see that.
Does that mean that on the hind wheel, it's even more impressive? Or he falls on his face and it doesn't work?
No, Krav will never fall on his face. Just styling. Styling and profiling.
Alright, Foggy. He needs some mad genius level moon plays to win this game.
Yep.
It should be completely impossible. Has to deny one of the Hippos to get back to 50. Ugh.
Doesn't feel good.
No, it don't feel good. Now do it. Oh my god, more damage for the Lich. Let's go, baby.
Medallion of Courage. That's plus 32.
Toe intelligence. Pick it up.
Pick it up.
No.
With the DK. Come
How
on.
dare he? All right, claws plus 9.
Oh, vaya. Okay, Hippo's got a defend upgrade now. And there's still 2 mana potions, also double heal scroll and protection scroll. Feels like Foggy wants to fight, but he really can't.
Yeah, he really can't, I think. Krav's got the stronger army, he's got the stronger upgrades and the stronger heroes, and he's got double heal scroll to boot.
Alright.
Foggy's got double heal scroll as well. Okay, he's going for some sneaky plays. Invest Panda, cancel the expo, staff out. That's probably the best thing he can do.
Foggy wants this grand final really, really bad. On ladder, he would have tapped out like 5 times already. But not here. Oh, man.
I love how Slash is bargaining in the chat. This game is not over yet, boys. He has so much trust in the level 2 Breath of Fire. Slash, I'm sorry to tell you, but this Panda is never going to kill a hero. And in the end, it's about heroes.
Might kill the Hunch Soul. But that tree just finished. Beautiful timing by Krav. Coil Nova Berserker, not Berserkin. Woozy, thank you for the sub. Level 4 Lich, when the hell did that happen? Didn't we just talk about...
70 max damage on the Lich, by the way.
Yep.
70.
That's a lot.
That's not a Blade Master. That is a Lich.
He needs crit, though.
Oh, Coil Nova on the Keeper. He doesn't have a TP. He loses lots of HP. Heal scrolls needed just for him, not for the air units. And the heal scroll is huge by Krav.
Wow.
Easy fight. Super easy fight. And I say it again, hippos don't work against Gargst.
Damn! Foggy, maybe a little experimental here. But Krav in the grand final. We could get an all playing ducks grand final if Starbuck is also winning his semifinal, which will be up next. But damn, I did not expect Krav to be that strong. Not yesterday, not today.
Yeah, super cool. Krav's games always very fun. And that strat was honestly just beautiful. Just brilliant. Love it, love it, love it.
Mr. Remo Demo, you got a sub gifted by Aluminium Sausage.
Thank you, Mr. Sausage.
Oh, poor Foggy. That was not how he envisioned his Sunday afternoon to go. But alright. That means an Undead is in the grands. Krav is in the grand final. Foggy eliminated Raptor Gaming in tears. As you can see with Remo Demo, who's of course a vivid part of Raptor Gaming.
I am trying to maintain my stoic composure, Neo, but inside it's all tears.
I know. Oh boy. Okay. Out of nowhere, Krav in the grand final. Fantastic. So who's up against him? It could be Dice in another Undead versus Night Elf, or it could be his 2-on-2 ally in Starbuck. That best of 3 is up next after a little break. Stay tuned, everybody.